Come in now, you ready? Here we go!
Hello, London Comic Con! Let's make some noise! Hi everyone, I'm Irvin DeCurno. I'm the Senior Brand Manager at Hasbro for Europe, and I'm really excited to be here today. We've been working years now to have our own presence in the London Comic Con, and we're bringing this to life. This is the second year that we're having some special guests for you to reveal some great products, to talk about how we do products, how we work with Marvel, and how we work with Lucas. So please make some noise for us to welcome our two guests that are coming from the United States of America. So please welcome our first guest, our global senior brand manager, Patrick Schneider. Come here! And Patrick, you work on
Star Wars, of course.
Because you didn't know this on the team.
Yeah.
All right, and please make some noise for Ryan Tim working on Marvel. Alright guys, please have a seat. After you, after you. Please, after you. Alright. You ready for this?
Alright, I've been ready for this my whole life, Irvin.
I know you are. Who? It's all yours.
Alright. Oh, I've got control of the clicker. That is a lot of power here. Alright. There we go. So we had the Imperial theme. We gotta have the main Star Wars theme. This works much better when we're walking into it, but it's all good. So we'll just kind of celebrate this music here. All right, it's zooming out. Great. So glad to see you all. As Irvin mentioned, my name's Patrick Schneider. I'm on our marketing team for Star Wars for Hasbro. Best job in the world. Love it. I've gotten to chat with a lot of you already at the fair. We're so excited to just bring you through some of our current items, some of our recent reveals, and then, as Irvin mentioned, brand new exclusive reveals. You in the room will be the first in the world to see these reveals. So we're very excited. So let's see what we have next in our deck. Alrighty, so this item. So just want to talk about this a little bit first, and I think Irvin actually, lead us off.
So before you do that, as I said, we're really excited to be here at the London Comic Con. And as a regional team, we're working with our markets and with the UK team that is here today. I'm really excited. Thank you guys for organizing this great fair. Let's have a round of applause for our UK team. So these guys make it happen, and it's thanks to the team here and to the UK team that we're able to bring you guys exclusives for Europe. So this item that is available in our Hasbro booth for sale is actually a European reveal, so you guys are the first ones to be able to buy it globally, worldwide. And I can see some cheers and some thumbs up. So thank you very much. And do you want to talk a bit about the product?
Absolutely, yeah. So as Irvin mentioned, you guys are getting this product before anyone in the US, wow, which is really cool. So what this product is it's an early release of Leia in her Hoth outfit. This was one of our most demanded figures, so early release of her. She'll be in the main line later. But then that Han Solo there is exclusive to this set. This is the only place to get that Han Solo. You'll notice he's in a brown coat. This is kind of an inside joke with Star Wars fans. Yeah, I'm seeing some nodding heads, yeah. Depending on different formats, Empire Strikes Back, Han's coat appeared blue or brown. Who knows? It's a mystery. So when we first released Han, he was with a blue coat, so as kind of a nod to that inside joke, we've now redecoed him in a brown coat, which is fantastic. Also, so I've read some chatter online from fans. That scene there, fans are correct, that is nowhere in the movies. That is a reimagining. You can see the copy on the box. That's an imagining of what that South Passage scene could have looked like between Han and Leia. So Han returning from his adventure with the Tauntaun and Luke there in the South Passage with Leia. So exclusive packaging, exclusive brown coat Han. It's on sale now in the booth. Go get it if you like the looks of it.
Sorry, is it blue or is it brown?
I don't know. It looks brown to me. I don't know.
Probably brown.
Decide for yourself. Recent reveals. So we're going to take you through. We've revealed all of these in the past few weeks or months or so at different fairs around, different conventions around the world. Very exciting news. We're going to recap with you guys right now before getting into some new content. So, Force FX lightsabers. So, Force FX is our line of premium role-play lightsabers. So, we love our figural assortments, but lightsabers are cool too. I've seen a lot of these around the con, people carrying them around. In 2015, we refreshed our lightsabers with an accelerometer to give it a more movie-accurate sound. We did a lot of the main characters there in 2015 and 2016. We went dark this year because 2019 is obviously the 20th anniversary of what?
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, the prequels, exactly. So we've got an exciting saber coming here to the UK next year. Irvin, you want to tell us about it?
Yes, so you just didn't notice that it's Darth Maul. I'm sure you guys know that, right? So I just had some time here to tell you about Force FX lightsabers. A lot of you guys, a lot of the fans have been saying, you know, we cannot find FX lightsabers in Europe. When are you guys going to bring this in? What can we do? So it's great news because we've been working with the team here in the US to be able to bring these products in Europe. So that's going to be our first lightsaber FX for a long, long time now. And we're going to bring that with our retailers. The great news is you can buy one, but guess what? There's a connector with it. So when you get two, you get Darth Maul's weapon, which is really cool.
Absolutely. It's a great lightsaber. Obviously, Darth Maul, very cool character. First Force FX lightsaber to Europe in a little while, so we're excited for that. But figural assortments, that's what we're going to talk about kind of for the rest of this section. So 6-inch scale, Black Series, one of the scales we love, along with 3 3/4 inch scale. So let's take a look at some of the stuff we've revealed recently in 6-inch scale. So first of all, the archive line. Irvin, you want to tell us a little bit about this line and where it came from?
Yes, definitely.
Great, thank you. It's almost as though we haven't scripted this out.
Not at all. It's all improvised, right? It's all improvised. So basically, this came with discussions we had with Patrick here, saying our European fan didn't have the opportunity to buy into the early characters. So they've been saying to us, you know, how can we get the early characters? It will not happen again. But then again, our key core fans that have gotten these characters don't want to see the same product run again with the same packaging. So we say, well, we can create an archive kind of range where we're going to bring back old characters. But they're actually a bit better because we have some innovation in our figures, which is...
Absolutely, yeah. So our first wave of archive we announced at San Diego Comic-Con. You see them right here. So as Urban mentioned, this is basically like our greatest hits, our Hall of Fame. If you like the look of Black Series, and if you don't know what that is, stop in our booth. You can see what it looks like. If you like the look of it, but you want those main Star Wars characters, this is the way to get it. So you can see the first wave right here. We've got Boba Fett and Bossk and IG-88, those Empire Strikes Back bounty hunters that we first launched a few years ago. Now we're completing the set. The archive will allow you to go back and get those initial figures, which is great. Luke Skywalker, obviously the very first Black Series figure we ever did. Luke Skywalker, central to the saga. So he's coming back in the archive as well. And you can see here on the screen, the Luke Skywalker has our new photoreal deco, which Marvel launched in 2017.
Thank you, Patrick.
Absolutely. I didn't mention that in Paris, so Ryan wanted me to do here. But we started in 2018, just really transforms the facial deco. So this is a great opportunity for fans who have the figures already to get them with that improved facial deco. So
Looks great.
I know, right? Thank you, Ryan. So this is our first wave. Eagle-eyed fans out there who have been in our booth the past few days might have noticed that we had IG-88 out originally in package, and he's no longer in the booth. Quick story there is that for cons like these, we want to bring out figures. These aren't going to be out until next year, but we want to bring them to show you what they look like. honestly, those were early prototypes. The paint job was a little in process on our IG-88. We decided he was no longer an accurate representation, so we pulled him. The Luke Skywalker was close enough that we left him. So kind of a little peek behind the curtain there.
Yeah, that kind of looks like him. But again, I want to say thank you very much to the team here because they're doing an amazing job, and this just shows how they're on it. They're reading the blogs, they're reading all the things that you guys are saying on the internet or with us directly. So just to show you guys how Hasbro is close to the fans, and we're listening to you guys. And thank you very much for all the feedback that you're bringing to our great range.
Absolutely. So that's our Spring 19 wave of archive. For summer of 19, we revealed these at New York Comic Con. I'm seeing some faces in the crowd who are there for that, which is great. So this is our next wave of Hall of Fame figures. So Anakin Skywalker, obviously the Skywalker saga. Star Wars is all about that character. The rise and fall of Anakin Skywalker is what those first 6 episodes are all about. One of our most popular figures sells on the aftermarket for over $100, so an obvious candidate for our archive line. Comes with his multiple heads, so you can see him before and after his fall. Really kind of demonstrates that photoreal deco to great effect. And then I like to say, this is kind of an awkward transition, but if Anakin is Luke's real father, Yoda is kind of his spiritual or force father, so it's a little bit of a stretch, but it works. It's a nice segue.
I like it.
So we had to get him in the line as well. And Steve Evans, our design director, this is one of his favorite characters in our archive line because it really demonstrates that photoreal deco. He likes to say that Yoda was a good figure before, the sculpt was fantastic, the facial deco was a little off, so applying that photoreal there really brings it home.
So you have the real father, and then you've got the spiritual father.
Yes, exactly.
So what do you have Biker Scout in there?
So the Biker Scout is not Luke's father in any way.
Thank you.
Basically, when we first launched the Biker Scout, he came in a pack along with a speeder bike. We wanted to bring him out of that pack and put him into archives so that if fans didn't get him before, or if that higher price point was the speeder bike was prohibitive, and they just wanted the trooper, this is the way to do that. So this is our archive summer of 2019 line, which is great. So that's archive. Moving on now to our mainline 6-inch line, we see Irvin. You want to tell us about this one, or?
No, go for it.
All right, sounds good.
I don't want to take it away from you.
All right, that's very nice.
You know that I love the series, right?
So this was also revealed at New York Comic Con. So this is an Imperial Rocket Trooper Commander. So the thing I love about Star Wars is it has so many different entertainment sources. Obviously you have the movies, but you have the video game content, the animated content, and this was a great trooper from both the Battlefront video game, but also the Rebels TV show. Really cool trooper variant, comes with that rocket pack, so wanted to get him into the line. And also, as we revealed, as you can see here, he comes with a cool stand. So this is an example of very simple innovation. At conventions, fans like you come, they see our little stands that we pose our figures out on, and they're like, yeah, I'm seeing nodding heads again. They're like, we want stands. Like, it's so simple. This seems easy, Hasbro. Figure this out. So in our exclusives for next year, and we might expand beyond there, we're including a very simple innovation. It's a stand with a little boot there for the foot to slide into. You no longer have all the issues with pegs and peg holes, and because of that, you can pose out the figure in a lot of dynamic poses.
So surely you need some glue to keep it down, right?
I'm glad you asked, Ryan. Actually, no.
What?
No glue is required for the posing of those figures. So we didn't even script that out. That is the pure, natural banter that you get up here on the stage.
Pure talent.
Exactly. I don't know about that. But so that is our Rocket Trooper Commander. You're going to see that stand in other figures and might roll out wider than our exclusives after 2019. So coming up next, another exclusive, and this will be in the UK. This is at shared retail. So it is not exclusive to one retailer. It will be broader than that. So my UK team has informed me that we should be able to see this figure in the UK. I'm seeing thumbs up. That's great. Next is another shared retail exclusive. So this diorama right here, if any of you made it over the pond to San Diego Comic-Con or HasCon, which we like to say is the most important convention of all, it's the Hasbro convention, we had this fantastic diorama showing all of the scenes of A New Hope to celebrate the 40th anniversary.
So wait, are you selling the whole diorama now?
That would be a very high price point. That's our next HasLab, just kidding. So this diorama told all the scenes, and we had to create some custom pieces, some custom accessories and custom head sculpts for that diorama. And so honestly, again, we got feedback. from the fans saying that one of those head sculpts in particular was very cool looking. So what you guys asked for, we sometimes, hopefully more, deliver. Luke Skywalker in his Stormtrooper disguise, the escape from the Death Star disguise. So obviously that's Luke Skywalker in the trash compactor, comes with a new head sculpt, and it's actually different than the one we did for San Diego Comic-Con. We improved it. Comes with that comm link, so we can have that conversation with 3PO, 3PO, where are you? So that is our Stormtrooper Luke with wet hair, shared retail exclusive for 2019. Very exciting.
And again, just another way to show you guys how, we hear you guys. Just come talk to us whenever you have the opportunity. We're really, really happy to get your feedback on anything.
So literally, come talk to us in the booth, because this came from fans at San Diego Comic-Con saying, we want that, we will give you money for that. And so it's a good exchange there.
Yeah, you just might make something happen as well. So.
Absolutely. Cool. Coming up next in our 6-inch line, we see this figure right here. So Dr. Aphra. So like I said, so many different entertainment sources for Star Wars, and comic books are one of the greatest. We're at London Comic-Con after all. So Dr. Aphra is a new character from the Star Wars comic books. She actually won our vintage fan vote held at Celebration a year and a half ago. So we released her in the vintage line, and fans of the Black Series said, well, that's great, but where's mine? We want a 6-inch Aphra as well. So again, you asked, we tried to deliver. So we're launching this figure in 2019. She comes with a removable vest and a removable helmet to give different looks of the character, because different artists draw her different ways. And it's actually a different sculpt than the 3 3/4-inch one, again, to provide different variety. So Dr. Aphra coming in 2019. Now, of course, Dr. Aphra doesn't go anywhere without her 2 comic book droid companions. So we're also releasing 000. He's a torture droid. It's very funny. It's a modified protocol droid. So it does a combination of very polite phrases, but then also torturing people, which is great.
That's funny.
It's torturing. Yeah, it's great. Thank you. So 000 coming in the line, and then DT1, the modified astromech droid, again with those pop-off weapons. He's kind of a very violent droid as well. So great set coming in 2019, Dr. Aphra and her 2 comic book droids. So coming up next in our line, what do we have next? Urban. This is a lovely montage. You're going to talk to us a little. These people are tired of hearing me jabber. You're going to talk to us a little bit about the prequels and prequel love.
Do you guys love the prequels? You don't like the prequels? It's a big debate.
Yeah, I like the prequels, I know.
So there's a big debate, right? So I personally like Jar Jar Binks. I know people are going to kill me for that.
Misa, agree, Urban. Get a little Yoda there.
All right, so fans have been asking us to do more of the prequels characters as well. So we actually had a reveal before yesterday in Paris, at the Paris Comic Con. We've been traveling a lot. So basically we had a reveal that we're going to show you later on. But wait a minute, we might have something linked to that as well later on today, just for you guys, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So what Urban is hinting at is that we will be revealing a new prequel Black Series character in this panel. Not yet. In this panel, there's a little teaser. So stick around for the next 30 minutes or so, and you will see a new prequel character. But before, I'm seeing some wide eyes. That's good. But before that, we're gonna recap this handsome gentleman right here, General Grievous. I'm seeing, clapping hands. Yeah, let's give it up for General Grievous. There we go.
All 4 of them. 4 thumbs up.
All 4 thumbs up, exactly. So General Grievous, this is a great character in the line. So we have tried to do General Grievous for a long time. There have been rumors flying about him. We've tried to get him in the line, but honestly, he's a big guy. Like, he is big bone. Like, literally, you can see his bones. He just wouldn't fit into our mainline assortment. And we tried, we were like, maybe we don't need his cape. And then we were like, that's stupid. Of course he needs his cape. Maybe we can do 2 arms instead of 1. And then ultimately we were like, no, it doesn't make sense to compromise. Like, Black Series is a premium grade collector line. So instead of trying to force him into a smaller price point, let's create a new price point, do him right. So we're bringing him out in a new deluxe line. He's 7 inches tall, because Grievous is 7 feet tall in the movie. He comes with 4 arms that separate, they snap into place if you just want that 2-arm Grievous, exactly. He comes with all 4 lightsabers. The soft goods are really what drives the value here. It's double-sided soft goods, printed on both sides. It has pockets in the soft goods cape for the lightsaber hilts. So we really strove for movie accuracy here. It's a great item coming out in 2019. We're really excited about it. Kicking off the prequel love in our 6-inch figures.
And more to come.
What's that?
More to come.
And more to come, exactly. Alrighty. So rolling on with our 6-inch figures. So this figure here was revealed at Mexico's Unboxing Toy Convention. So part of what we're doing this year, and we've talked about this going back to San Diego, is that we kind of woke up and we were like, Star Wars is beloved around the world. Like, obviously there is huge fandom around the world. Why are we only going to San Diego Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con? And we came to London Comic-Con last year and had a huge reception. So we've expanded this year. So we revealed this figure. We went down to Mexico. That was a rough trip to try to convince someone to go on. We went down to Mexico, revealed this figure, Han Solo in his Minban Trooper outfit. Did you want to say anything about him, Urban, or? All right, he's giving me all the glory. So this is Han Solo from that scene. The great thing about this figure is that the helmet is removable and then goes back on. So obviously, if you want to build out a diorama from the Minban trenches scene, you can just pop that helmet on and he becomes an instant army builder. So great figure revealed at Mexico Unboxing Toy Convention. Also revealed on the road, sorry.
I just want to say, we get more reveals in Europe. That's what I'm saying.
It's true. 3 times the reveals. Exactly. Also revealed on the road was this character right here. Oops. Dryden Voss, also from the Han Solo movie. Obviously, Paul Bettany, very cool actor. Our Marvel friends love him as well.
The Vision.
The Vision, one of the many actors that are in both the Star Wars and Marvel universes. So he's that great villain. He's got kind of both of his weapons there. Sculpted cape. So really cool figure, also coming out in 2019.
Actually, I have a question for the crowd.
Absolutely.
Can you name any other actors that are both in the Star Wars and the Marvel franchises? Let's hear some names. Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson, that's an easy one.
He's my favorite.
Any other one?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one, yeah. Padme Amidala, Mads Mikkelsen, the list goes on and on. What was your favorite you said the other day?
We just saw him earlier, Ray Park.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. What's that? Natalie Portman, absolutely. Jane Grey, right? Jane Grey, is that her name in Marvel? I don't know.
Jane Foster.
Jane Foster. I don't have to know anything about Marvel. It's okay. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. In any case, yeah. So Paul Bettany, 6-inch line, Dryden Voss, great figure. Next up, so Urban mentioned this. We just revealed this 2 days ago in Paris. This kicked off our line of prequel character reveals. So this is the first time people in London are seeing her. So Padme Amidala, obviously kind of the mother of all Star Wars in the prequels. So a couple tidbits on her. So people have asked online. She does have Natalie Portman, very well known for a couple moles that she has, very beautiful moles. So we have sculpted those into the figure, again, movie accurate in every detail. And also, this image that we took, fans online have noticed that this is a beautiful image, but it doesn't look as close to Natalie Portman as images that have surfaced from Paris Comic-Con. Again, that's because these images we honestly took about 3 months ago, because it's a long process to get them finished, get them approved. So this was a little earlier in the development process. The figure that we brought to Paris was an early production sample, so that's a bit further along. So the images that you're seeing, I don't have to do the jet, I think. The images that you're seeing from Paris are closer and will be essentially what the final figure looks like. So we're really excited about that, but excited to bring Padme Amidala into the line. And again, she will be joined by a friend from the prequels, or maybe not a friend, we don't know, but a character from the prequels by the end of this presentation.
I was going to say, did you spoil it right there?
I did not, no, I caught myself. Maybe that was a little Jedi mind trick. We'll see. We'll see at the end. So coming up next for us, so vintage collection. So wait, before we do this, so who out there collects the Black Series, the 6-inch scale? Yeah, there we go. Who out there is fans of the vintage scale, the 3 3/4 inch? Alrighty, good. So mixed crowd. That's good. That's what I like. We love both of these scales. Both of them absolutely have a place in the line. So vintage collection, obviously 3 3/4 inch scale, kicked it all off, really revolutionized action figures. Before that, there was no 3 3/4 inch scale. The story, if you haven't heard it, is an executive kind of put his fingers out and said that's the size the figures need to be. They took a ruler, measured it, and that is the world they created, because it allowed those vehicles and those play sets and the whole galaxy of Star Wars in 3 3/4 inch scale. So let's take a quick look. Urban, Bob's question.
I was just going to say about our European strategy on vintage as well. So for the new wave.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yep.
Let's see what we've got for vintage. So this we revealed at New York Comic Con as well. So vintage is, I think, the one expression where the packaging is as important as the product. We love our Black Series packaging, absolutely, but vintage packaging, so iconic. You know, that double or single bar with the logo and the movie still, again, goes back 40 years. So in the past, we would reveal products. We would kind of have, you know, this big lead up, this big excitement, revealing the products, but then the packaging would just kind of show up at a store somewhere and someone would snap a picture. So we decided it was important to start revealing the packaging as well. So we revealed this packaging at New York Comic Con, Klaatu and the Scarif Stormtrooper in our January 1st of 2019 wave. So Klaatu, we did some researching into that character, and we discovered that Billy D. Williams' son actually played Klaatu. He was the extra or whatever who played Klaatu in the movie, and that is kind of the reference for the scale of the figure, the size of that son. So that still right there is a still, it's just a shot from the movie set. It wasn't taken from the movie itself. Someone just ran around with the camera and took the picture. So that's how we got that. And the Scarif Trooper is something similar.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, you know, on some of these great products, you get images that doesn't exist anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
So you guys get really, really great sources from Lucas.
Absolutely, yeah. So we see our packaging here for our Scarif Trooper and our Klaatu Guard. Also in our January 1st wave of vintage is Salt Murray there. I pronounce it wrong every time. Also known as Yak Face, but in the vintage collection, he will be Salt Murray, and then Princess Leia Organa in her Bouche disguise. So some fun details about these packages. So Princess Leia, you'll see up there, she has kind of an interesting, odd little blister for her helmet. And I've read online from fans asking, you know, it looks a little weird. Why did we do that? Well, it's an homage to how,
That's almost as good as you get with French.
yeah, that's the most French I do. So it's an homage to the original figure. The original figure had that helmet in a little separate blister, so we wanted to recreate that for this release. It also has Salt Murray there. Eagle-eyed fans will notice that the arm, up or down, we had to Photoshop that image so that it matched the original because we couldn't find the original image. It doesn't exist anymore as far as we know. So we had to take another image that was taken a few seconds later with the arm up and Photoshop it down. So fun little behind-the-scenes tidbits on the development of our packaging.
I just love your creativity on finding solutions for these.
Hey, you know, we're trying to think outside the box. Be creative. So that is vintage packaging. Vintage figures. So this figure was also released at revealed at New York Comic Con. Another shared retail exclusive. So this is Han Solo in his trooper disguise. Again, kind of a theme, escape from the Death Star theme here. So Han Solo, we're kind of tweaking this and retooling it. We've gotten the tooling right. Applied the photoreal deco to the head. So this is now the quintessential Han trooper disguise vintage figure coming out in 2019 to shared retail. Very exciting. Also revealed was our 41st Elite Corps Trooper. So this is our third stab at this figure. Third time's the charm. First time we did, I'm gonna get these details wrong, but first time we did it, we had the deco wrong. And so we released it a second time, but we still, I think on the legs and arms, still had the gray deco wrong. So this is the third time we're doing it. We're getting it right, getting it out there. Vintage card back in 2019 in shared retail. Our 41st Elite Corps Trooper. Imperial Assault Tank Commander, also revealed at New York Comic Con. So we came out in our booth, you can see we have our Imperial Assault Tank Driver. Rogue One, talking with fans. Who out there likes Rogue One? Yeah, absolutely. I'm seeing the hands. So a lot of fans consider Rogue One to be part of the original trilogy. It's in that same style, the same excitement, atmosphere, obviously the same time frame. So lots of Rogue One love. So we're coming out with the Imperial Assault Tank Commander to pair with the driver that we currently have in our booth and is out in stores right now. And the final figure that we revealed at New York Comic Con, Luke Skywalker in his crate outfit. So obviously Luke Skywalker, again, central figure of all Star Wars. We did his vintage character from Episode 7 in his long flowing robes, and now Luke Skywalker crate. I won't spoil Episode 8 if you haven't seen it, but obviously, pivotal scene in the movie. Very cool look for Luke.
I think everyone in this room has seen it.
I don't know. You never want to
seen it in the movie?
Yeah, there we go. Nodding heads again. So Wonderful. So vintage line reveals. We've got more. So this figure also released at Mexico Unboxing Toy Convention. So we talked about the packaging. So this is Princess Leia Organa Bouche, first time on a vintage card back. Great character from the original trilogy. Vintage card back for the first time. And revealed at Canada Fan Expo as Captain Phasma. Obviously Gwendolyn Christie, cool character from the new trilogy, on a vintage card back for the first time.
Go for it. I was just going to say what time. So
What's that?
I think the fans here are here to see how old you be.
Absolutely.
I'm getting jealous here because you're showing a lot
We've
of
got one more. So Chewbacca, got some tidbits to get out about Chewbacca. So we revealed Chewbacca at Paris Comic-Con. Chewbacca, we did not announce at Paris Comic-Con what